Hi guys, here we are again. It's Kevin.
And I'm Kim.
Here we are with KKOA, Kevin and Kim Outdoor Adventure.
Today we're going to talk to you about the 9 things that you should see while you're in Eureka Springs.
Yes, Eureka Springs was a really great town. As you see a lot of our videos and things we've done. We wanted to share the experiences with you about our top things that we think there is to see there. And don't forget to stay to the very end because we got some
honorable mentions
and some special announcements. So let's get started. So what's number 1 there, Kim?
So we're going to talk to you about in no particular order, and we're going to let you know which one we feel like was our favorite of the 9. So we're going to start with the reason why we went there is the Great Passion Play.
Yeah.
I think if you go to it early spring, fall, the middle, when it's hot, could be a little unbearable.
Yeah.
But so the play is based on the last week of Jesus Christ, and the play actually started in July 14, 1968 is when they actually opened up the Great Passion Play. While you're there, they have little mini side things that you can see. There's a restaurant there that when you Google in Eureka Springs things to eat, it doesn't come up, but it's called the buffet.
Oh yeah.
And that's it. You can go without going to the Passion Play, which that's pretty exciting. While we were there eating, which was amazing.
Yeah, the food was really good on the buffet. I would definitely recommend, like Kim said, if you're just looking for a place to go eat, it was really good food.
It was.
And it was worth it. So
yeah, and then we went out a side door. Some employees said, yeah, go ahead, go outside the side door. And we went to the side door and we ended up in the Holy Land tour, which has many elements.
Like the Potter's thing.
Yeah, the zoo, Noah's Zoo, I guess, or they have many different things, but
Tabernacle, and they kind of got little bit pieces of it.
There is more in depth because they actually do a full walk through with you. It is like walking through a life-size replica of the Eastern Gate in Jerusalem. So you feel like you're going back into time. Everybody's dressed up and they have the pottery and the old shacks and the buildings and the zoos. It's really
it was really fascinating, really good. So
while you're there, this is number 2 things you should see, which is right along with the Passion Play, is Christ of the Ozarks.
Oh yeah.
Huge 7-foot story building of Christ.
Yeah, 7-story building tall of Christ. Yeah. One thing about it, about the Christ at Ozarks, you could see it. You could see it from far away and everything else. They have lookout vantage points that you can really see that cross and Christ from 20 miles away, which is really neat.
Right, and that is free. You can go see that for free. The Holy Land tour does cost some money. So then the next third thing we're going to talk about is the trolley.
Oh yes, we actually did love the trolley with getting around town, and it takes you, really, that's kind of the best way to travel around town, wouldn't you think?
I would go early. If you're going to go sightsee, all that, you could hit everything we're going to talk about through the trolley.
Yeah, the trolley will stop at many different campgrounds and hotels, and they have many stops throughout, and with the streets are so dang narrow that, you know, really having the trolley or anything else was really great, because you could get a pass for all day or for a weekend, and you can get on and off the trolley whenever. They have several trolleys that go around in different routes and everything.
And they actually have a phone app where you can actually see the live trolley and the location where it's at. So you're like, oh, it's closed, let's jump on it.
Yeah. So really the best way to get around town, I think, is a trolley. It was a neat experience. It's kind of an older, like 1940s kind of.
Well, actually, the trolley started in 1891, and it was just 10 streetcars pulled by mules. Oh. Well, then they upgraded it in 1898. They were electric cars with a wire attached, and that's how they got around. But then they modernized it, so in 1978, they have the trolley system.
Gas-powered one.
Yes, much better. And those drivers are amazing. They go through and take the ease off. Just stop where you want to shop and go eat. You know, it's awesome. It's worth the money to go be on a trolley.
And being on the trolley, which kind of leads into our number 4.
Number 4, downtown district.
Yeah, Eureka Springs has got so much history, and there's so much neat with the architecture, the way the buildings are designed, and there's so many different shops and in and out. It's a really kind of a Victorian kind of town. I mean, like early 1900s Victorian architect. The downtown, just going around looking at the buildings, the downtown district, it's very fascinating. They got a lot of different, they got a museum down there.
Yeah.
Several different museums and different stops just along the downtown.
So now we're going to jump to number 5, which you can get through to it by the trolley, is the Crescent Hotel. Ooh.
Yeah, the Crescent Hotel is definitely something historic that a lot of people have heard of when they hear of Eureka Springs. They really hear about the history of the Crescent Motel. It was another thing that was pretty historic. I think it was there in the late 1800s, early 1900s, if I'm not mistaken. There was a lot of history. A lot of people go there because there's been some hauntings or ghost sightings.
Because one of the builders, apparently, I don't remember what room it was. Do you remember what room 218 or something?
Yeah, something like that.
He, one of the Mason guys, died there. So
a lot
and history says at one point it was a cancer hospital by a fake doctor.
Oh.
He lied to all these cancer patients and it's a huge thing. Google it, look it up. But there was an actual morgue down in the basement that they actually use for maid service, supplies and stuff. But there's been TV shows have been there,
ghost hunters,
and they've seen sightings and stuff. So
definitely kind of a paranormal activity if you're into that kind of thing. But the architecture of the Crescent Hotel is really neat.
And they have restaurants.
And you can stay there.
Yeah.
It's an active motel that people can stay. I think since '78 or something like that.
Right.
So while you're at the Crescent Hotel, right down the hill from there, is another nice spot that we really liked.
Number 6 is the St. Elizabeth Church.
Yeah.
And the coolest thing is, which I didn't know, but you walk through the bell towers to get to the church. And it's active and it does go off. So that was really cool.
It is an active church that they do have church service on Sunday, and it's kind of neat because it is one of like an older kind of church. If you kind of like the architecture, still kind of that Victorian era, definitely is that early 1900 kind of architecture.
It was actually 1906.
Oh, really?
And it was built by Richard Cairns, I believe that, and he also helped build the Crescent Hotel.
Oh.
He built it for his mother.
Oh, I guess. Oh, interesting.
So
I
that
guess
way
she
he
can go to church.
Go to church because,
Nice.
So that was really kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, so number 7
on our list. Now this is just our list.
There's many things that we did not see. We chose not to because it seemed expensive.
Cost or anything.
Or it was more younger for us, for the children. We're a little bit older. But number 7 was the Northern Railway.
Yeah, that Northern Railway, they have a museum there.
Yes.
A lot of the old trains.
I guess you can eat on it.
Yeah, they got dining car that you can go and take a train ride. Eating.
Yes, which they
were
lunch
full. And dinner. Yeah,
they were full, so we weren't able to do that.
All the reservations were full and everything. So I think you may need to make sure you go on their website and definitely if you decide to do that, to go get the reservations to ride the train ride. I think it's about a couple hour train ride or something that goes up through the Ozarks, up into Missouri, I think. With that, but it was still really neat seeing that old kind of steam engine train. And if looking at they have the train yard with the old steam engine trains and everything went there. One last thing, please, if you continue to like us doing these videos, please don't forget to give us that thumbs up and hit that little subscribe button down below, and also give us the comments if you've been to any of these places that we mentioned on our list, or if you got others that we don't mention. Please make sure to give us those comments down below.
Yes.
We love those comments.
Give us comments.
Well, let's continue on. What do we got?
Number 8. Number 8 was a
Quigleys Castle.
Yeah, we weren't sure. It said it's like a castle. It's not a castle.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like a castle. But the story behind it is really neat.
It does have a really neat story with it.
Yeah, the owner has over 400 variety of flowers on her property.
Yeah.
And she has tropical plants in soil on the first floor that actually goes all the way up to the second floor. She wanted to bring nature from outside inside. So her husband,
was the architecture that they have. They used a lot of glass and a lot of rocks that they've gotten around, and they kind of made even the fences around there. Or the property itself. I mean, if you want, the property itself is really gorgeous.
It is,
and it is kind of nostalgic with seeing how that just the artwork and just the ideas of how they kind of made it. And like Kip said, it's kind of not really a castle. If you're thinking we're looking at wanting to go see a castle,
right?
Yeah, it wasn't that expensive.
No, it was $8 and kids were free.
Yeah.
So it was worth it. The kids had fun.
They did. It was interesting.
And the grandson, I think, is actually living on the property, taking care of it.
Yeah, it still lives there. So it stays in the family. It's been a multi-generational...
Yeah, so some of the rooms are closed off because they're actually living there. So, but we're going to move on to number 9 is the Thorncrown Chapel.
Yeah.
Is amazing. I'm just saying. It has, since it's opened, 5 million visitors.
Really? 5 million visitors?
Yes.
I know it's a pretty popular place. I know the Thorncrown Chapel, it kind of sits a little bit more on the outskirts of Eureka Springs, as if you're leaving town or before you get into town. But where it sits is absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful. And it was built in 1980, and they have about 300 weddings per year, and it only seats 100.
It is absolutely beautiful. I mean, when you go there and you see the architecture of the chapel with the glass and look at the trees in the background, it was, I mean, Kim, that was the one thing she did. She just kind of breathtaking. She's like, oh, I want to be married here.
I would, if I was going to get married again, there. Vows, autumn.
I wonder how expensive. I'm sure it's probably not cheap to have a wedding there.
On the website, it says about $2,900 to $5,900.
Oh, yeah.
It ranges, and they do the setup, and they take down. They actually have a DJ. They'll have a priest there for you, and they have like a small bathroom and a little place to get ready. Yeah. But you're out in the woods. You look like you're out in the woods.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my goodness.
It is absolutely beautiful with all the glass and the architecture.
Can you imagine like the fall time or even snow? And I guess I saw pictures online of it at night. Oh, I would love to go back there at night. It was pretty.
Yeah, and it was free. It's nice to stop through there. Yeah, donations, but it's actually kind of just neat to kind of look at it. It is really surreal. They got a little walking trail, I think, down near there too. So yeah, pretty neat. So, but like we said, we're glad that you guys have stayed to the end.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for staying to the end. Continue to watch our top list, but we do have some honorable mentions.
So one of them I'm going to talk about. It's called Lake Leatherwood. It looked amazing.
Back in the day.
When we went there, I was, what has happened? I don't know if it was because it was spring.
Overgrown.
I don't know. But it did not look like the pictures, and run down. Yeah. It just.
Probably back in the day, it was a nice, and people still go there to swim. Yeah. It's a nice little swimming hole. It is a nice little lake if you want to go fishing and maybe to go for the day and everything. Especially us, we like a lot of the outdoor stuff and hiking trails. And so that was something that was definitely worth the visit to do there. But
so the next honorable mention is the springs. Obviously, Eureka Springs. They have over 60 springs throughout the town that you can visit. Which we hit a lot of them.
We did. There was a lot of different springs. Once we did the trolley, they let off at different springs, and we walked around town. The springs are all kind of embedded all around town and everything. So, yeah, it is kind of what I guess that's one of the things that's famous for is all the different springs.
That's hence the name, I guess. And the one thing that we did not know, the last honorable mention, hiking trails.
Yeah, they have tons of hiking trails around Eureka Springs. And
we only actually hit a couple. We hit the Gnome Trail, but there was like 18 miles of hiking trails. And I'll put a map up just at the Great Passion Play. They have several right there for bikes, walking. Amazing. Yeah. So I want to go back and
definitely, so definitely look at alltrails.com if you got the app on your phone. They got a lot of different trails, especially if you're into hiking, and the trails are not just, you know, going around the city. They're like in the the mountains or in the hills.
It looks amazing.
Beautiful trees and everything around.
Yeah.
So it definitely is a beautiful area around Eureka Springs. So, but that pretty much concludes our list.
Top 9.
That's our top 9 of the things to see while you're in Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
Yes, so my favorite of all of those, from the Great Passion Play through the Christ of the Ozarks, the Trolley, the Downtown District, the Crescent Hotel, Elizabeth Church, Quigleys Castle, the Northern Railway, and the Thorncrown Chapel, my favorite was the
Thorncrown Chapel.
Thorncrown Chapel. I just thought it was beautiful.
It was very breathtaking, and that was kind of my favorite thing, whatever to see. So
for sure.
Yeah. But
so that's it.
That's it. So, well, we hope you enjoyed our list. Don't forget to hit that little subscribe and continue.
But wait.
What do you got?
We got a special announcement.
Oh, that's right. We do have a special announcement.
Wait.
Next week, it has finally came.
What has come?
Our announcement that we have we waited 9 months to get our truck. So next week, stay tuned. You will actually be revealing our new truck that we got, and we're gonna kind of do a video and kind of compare and see what it looks like. What do you think? But stay tuned next week, and don't forget to tune in to us every Sunday at 7 for a new video.
Yes. Till then, bye.
See ya. I guess we're recording. Top 9.
Top 9. That's fine. Recording's fine. Top 9.
Well, I wanted to do pictures.